Hi, good evening. Thank you for joining me. My name is Lisa. I'm a tarot card reader. I'm a Reiki master. Um, Thank you for joining me tonight. Very special night. Tonight is, let's see, January 25th, Saturday, January 25th. Very special night. We have 6 planets in alignment or getting into alignment. The celestial bodies are still getting into their perfect positions. But with this big alignment that we have in the sky, which we haven't had in hundreds of years, we have a big shift of energy happening. We finally have turned the dial into another timeline for most of the collective, most of. If you're joining me, most likely you're already tapped in. Excuse me, throat chakra opening. If you're joining me, you're most likely already tapped into your own energies of the collective. Um, or most of the time, you won't resonate with anything I have to say. But if you are usually on my wavelength, we're going to communicate just fine. And so, welcome. This special day today that we've got this alignment happening, we've got a big shift happening for most of us, and it's going to feel like awakenings, realizations, letting go of things, really moving past things. That could be what's happening in a lot of our day-to-day lives, but it could feel different. You may not see it right away, right? You may not be like, well, I'm not having these big huge shifts like you're saying today. Everything just is like a normal day for me. But that doesn't mean that you're not already on the platform of where you need to be, right? If we look at your ascension, we see your growth, that you are moving up in ascension, almost like if you're moving through a high-rise building, going floor through floor as you grow in your ascension, in your consciousness, in your awareness of self, and the role you play here, what you have to do, right? You're already on the floor, on a new floor. You may be seeing the changes right now. You may literally be shifting into new things, or you could have just arrived, like today, right? We've got all these planets in alignment, almost like a key fitting perfectly in to a keyhole. It unlocks something special. And so today, I can feel the energy is very heavy. Today was my day off from work. And I spent the day resting, relaxing, chilling out, watching TV and just relaxing. Um, and as the night has gone on, I can feel myself more and more, the heaviness that I'm feeling from the energy. And I thought, you know what, let me do a reading. Let me do a collective reading to tap into what's going on, not just for myself, but for all of us. So that is my big question. So if you have the same question, thank you for staying on, and let's see what universe has to tell the both of us. So question, universe, what is the theme of today's big planetary alignment for the collective? Ooh, there's a lot of cards here, but the one that popped out is the devil. Yeah. When universe opens your eyes, sometimes you start to see things how they truly are, not how you've always seen them. When you really are in love with somebody who is not good for you, you always try to look at the potential, or I have, what they could be, how I see them, because I'm very psychic. In my psychic mind, I see the potential of who they could be. And so I hope for the best. I hope that they will rise up to be that version of themselves. And with the big awakening that's happening, this big shift that's happening, we're going to have a lot of people starting to see things how they truly are. And then there's that devil energy, deceit, lies, uncovering of things that have been hidden. The devil always tells you just enough truth so that it sounds pretty true, but it's a little bit skewed, it's a little bit twisted, it's a little bit wrong, which makes it not 100% right. And so we're going to have a lot of us shifting away from those kind of energies? What kind of devil energy has kept you stuck, stagnant, unhappy? Maybe it's even with yourself. Maybe you're all going to open your eyes and be like, shit, maybe it's me. Are you the common denominator in all your own problems? If yes, it's you, right? Yeah. Ooh, the Hermit, a card flying out to talk to us. The Hermit card, which is perfect because, especially with the kind of energy that's rolling in, I just want to be like in silence. I want to be in peace, in quiet. Tonight we went to a dinner for my father, and I was so happy to see him and so happy to spend time with everybody. But the place was so loud and the music was amazing. I kept being like, wow, this is awesome. I love it. And people are so talented, people getting up and singing. And it was like everybody was so talented and I was so grateful to be there. But after a while, I started getting overstimulated. And then I could just feel the head pounding. And once I was already like opened up to being annoyed, it just kept rolling in and getting heavier. That Hermit card, right? If you're feeling this heaviness, listen to universe. Listen to your gut, listen to your instinct. If it tells you to spend time alone, spend time alone. What are you going to hear in the silence? When you get past hearing like, I have to go to the store, I have to go get the grocery, I have to do these things. Every time those thoughts come in, you capture it, you let it go. Capture it, let it go, until you're just in silence. And that peace is so relaxing. And in there, in that hermit mode, you'll hear that still small voice. A ver qué te dice, what's it telling you, okay? Okay, so those cards popped up at us. Let's see what universe has to say. So I'm asking for a reading for the collective for Saturday, January 25th. What does this planetary alignment mean for us? What is the theme for all of us? That's what we want to know. First card we have is the Seven of Cups. So we're in a place of making choices. I feel like for some of us, we're having to not necessarily pay the price, but get consequences for decisions that we've made. We're having to cross the T's, dot the I's, end certain things, close things up. I'm seeing some things coming to an ending. You're at a Seven of Cups. You have decision. You have lots of forks in the road happening for you. Different timelines are splitting for you. And for all of us, it's not just you watching me. It's for all of us as a collective. Seven of Cups. Universe is giving us choice option here. Now, in the kind of work that I do, I'm a healer, Reiki master, and I really like to tap into energy, quantum, all of this. Yeah. Sometimes we're calling in our manifestation, we're calling in our healing, and we're going to have to split into another timeline for us to have that realization. We cannot continue to exist on the timeline that we're on, asking for something different if nothing changes. Makes sense, right? Universe is going to tell you, I need you to shift into this other lane. Certain things have to change for you to literally get in another lane. You have to consciously choose to move, right? That's this dude in the picture. Consciously choosing. So this is where we're at. Now, in the regular tarot, the ones that you typically see, Rider-Waite tarot, you'll see the Seven of Cups, where there's all these cups floating in the sky, and there's a shadow man in the front. And I like that depiction because it's not always just you, your physical self, choosing or making a choice. It's literally your shadow. You're either super triggered and your ego is choosing something, or you're acting or reacting on with your higher self. And so a different aspect of yourself is choosing. It can be the ego or it can be the higher self. And this is where we're at right now. So we have a split. We have some people choosing wisely, and we have some people choosing poorly. Right? People pick their side, what they want to do. The obstacle is the Four of Pentacles. The obstacle is for those who don't want to budge. So in this picture, we have her holding on to her coin purse. Can you see that? And her eyes are closed. She's holding on to that coin purse. And she's neither making a choice to... She's not making a choice. She's not making a choice. She's just deciding to almost shut down. That's the obstacle. How can you get to your manifestation if you don't have action? So, right, from my background is Christianity, faith in Christianity. And in the Bible, it says faith without works is dead. Right? What do you have to show for your faith? Right? What are you doing? Are you having action? Same thing here, right? Whether you're a spiritualist, or a Christian, whatever. The obstacle is not budging, not moving, not taking action. We'll get some clarification on this, but if you're not taking an action on something and universe is giving you a choice of something, right? If I have right here, like I have my little oils, and universe is like, I'm giving you this choice or this choice, and then I don't make a choice, universe takes that as my choice, me not picking, and I lose out. I have nothing. I have neither that nor this. I stay right where I'm at. That's the obstacle. If you feel called out, take in mind that the cards never lie. There's no need to. We're going to take this as advice. Always take it as advice from your higher self to get you to the best possible place. Okay, so if you feel called out or triggered, that's good because that's for your healing ultimately. Now, the overall theme of your reading, or the reading for all of us, the collective, is the Six of Wands. So we have victory after a series of challenges. We've been going through test after test, almost like in this picture I'm seeing being an Olympic gold medalist, right? You've gone through training, you've gone through wins, you've gone through losses, you've gone through a bunch of shit to get to where you're at right now. And the overall energy is triumph, okay? So if we're looking at the first card where you have choices to make, and ultimately I see triumph, I'm seeing you make good choices. Now, remember, there's a split in timeline happening. There's going to be some people who are going to make the choice. And even if you move this way, you shift, and the choice doesn't always go well, that's okay. That doesn't mean that you failed. It just meant that that thing didn't work out. You just keep going. You fall, you get up, you keep going. But if you don't make a choice, if you stay stagnant, if you don't do anything, you don't even help yourself. You literally stay right where you're at. So there's going to be a split. There's going to be some of us who are really going to see acceleration, growth, and I believe for most of us that are going to be here watching this, you're of a high vibration, enough so that you've stuck around for the reading, and you're going to have some victory, triumph coming in your choices. Recent past, we have the King of Pentacles. So your recent past has put you or has brought you from a place where you're almost like in your senior mode. You've been going through tests, you've gone through different kind of training, right? Let's say that you're asking about your love life. You feel like you've overcome a lot of challenges. You feel like you've made a lot of growth through obstacles, right? So the dude in this picture, this guy, he's got the gray hair, which is wisdom, right? It's symbolic of with age comes wisdom because of all the trials and tribulations that most likely he's gone through. Now, he's the King of Pentacles. A pentacle is something of great worth, value. For some of us, it's our fortune, our money. For some of us, that pentacle can be our home, our family. It can be our work. It could be our sense of value to ourselves. So you come from a place in your recent past that you're feeling accomplished. That's great. You've worked hard, and everything that you have, you deserve. You've put yourself in a place to receive blessing. Now, where are you right now? We have 5 of Wands. You are in your head. Most of us are in our head. Did I make the right decision? Am I doing this right? What if I mess this up? What if I mess this up and there's no going back, right? Then there's fear of making the choice, fear of making a wrong choice. So then right now, this reading may be calling you out because you've been stuck not making the choice because you're fearful of making the wrong choice. So I see you in some conflict, mostly a mental conflict, okay? So that's where you're at right now. Now what's coming up ahead in the future? We've got the 2 of Cups. Beautiful card. 2 of Cups coming up in the near future. Well, at least the way I'm feeling this reading and I'm seeing this reading, which is me and Spirit talking. You started off with having these choices. 7. 7's a divine number, right? You're being given an opportunity. You go through some back and forth, maybe some self-doubt. Maybe there's a little bit of fear there. Maybe there's... I feel like it's mostly fear. I feel like the biggest thing is fear. But coming up ahead for you, I have the 2 of Cups. So this energy, I see you have narrowed down your choices. I see you making your choice, partnering up with another energy. There can be a connection coming up if you're asking about love, if you're asking about what's coming up in the future for your relationship or a potential relationship coming up for you. We have 2 of Cups. We have 2 energies coming together and they make this beautiful blend. Their colors come together and they make something promising, that rainbow. A promise. And it's fulfilling to both parties. It's fulfilling to both energies. Now, if you're not asking about love, maybe you're asking about work. This could be a win-win for the both of you. I get paid awesome and you get an awesome employee. You're welcome, right? Maybe you're trying to relocate. All of a sudden something opens up that this worked out even better. It's closer than I originally thought I was going to be. So this 2 of Cups energy that's coming at you, it feels like partnership, working together, energy flowing in balance. Balance and diversity is what I'm hearing. Okay, supportive energy. We've got the Knight of Swords. The supportive energy has you running towards your goal. Right now, I see you running towards your goal. Even if you're tired, even if you're scared, you're like, screw it, I'm doing it scared. Because I'd rather keep moving than just stay here. Because at least I'm further forward than where I started. That's beautiful. You have an end goal. Keep it in mind. When you're trying to manifest something, you're not just saying, I'm going to manifest a husband. Well, what do you want your husband to look like? What is he going to sound like? What is he going to do? What is he going to bring to the table? How are you going to have an exchange with him? What are you going to pour into his life? Like, you have to have an exact description of what you want. And this is you running towards that. This is you starting to create the image in your mind of the choice that you're going for. And when you do that, you have that victory. Okay? So advice from universe, what I'm hearing is know what the goal is. Know what the end goal looks like. If that looks like a vision board to you, awesome. If you don't have time for all that, you have a Pinterest board that you clip and you put stuff on there, make one of those. Make a virtual. Have a vision of what it looks like. If you're looking to make a certain figure amount of money per year, imagine your bank account looking like with all those zeros. Imagine what it looks like. Imagine the reality of the day in, day out of what your ultimate end goal would be. And I see you running towards it. Now, what's the environment universe has placed you in? We've got the Judgment card. The Judgment card, you're literally right now at 7 of Cups. You're in a place where you're making a choice. Now you have to live with the consequences of the choice you made. And for those of us who made the right choice for our soul's ultimate purpose, right? Like, I'm not just picking stuff to bring me money. I'm not just picking stuff to bring me feel good for an hour, a few weeks. I'm picking things that are going to help me expand my consciousness, my understanding, long-term growth. We have Judgment here. You can see it looks like literally there's a spirit coming out, right? And in this, she's releasing, and it looks like her inner self, her spirit is free. That's where universe has us. And the Judgment is a number 20 card. So 2 plus 0 on 20 is a 2 card, which is what we have coming up in the near future. 2 of Cups. 2. If we've made the right choice, then the environment that we're going to be in and the consequences that we're going to be, reaping what we sow, it's going to be so good and a blessing. Excuse me, I'm going to drink something. But you're in an environment of, I think universe is putting us in a place where he's making it real easy, almost like obvious what we should pick. Just need to listen. Now, the card that falls as our hopes, dreams, fears, worries, we have the 9 of Cups. So I feel like a lot of us want to release the burden of the weight that we carry on our shoulders. For some of us, it's the financial burden that we hold on to. For some of us, it's being the mender of relationships. You might have family on this side and on this side who don't get along very well. And the only reason that the family is together is because of you. You're in the middle. I feel like you are deeply desiring to let go of what no longer serves you and happy to let go of it. And that freedom to release. Just because you release things doesn't mean that you can't always access them again. Now, if you're releasing a worry, why would you want to access it again, right? Let it go. But let's say you have the burden of, my child, I want them to get into college. I'm very worried that they're going to pass their test. Like, that's not on you. Like, let it go. Let it go to universe. Put it in God's hands, universe's hands. And have faith, believing that I let go of this. I let it off of me and I left it there. That's faith. Like, God, I literally trust you with my burden. Here you go. I'm going to hang it right here. I'm going to go and do what I got to do because I'm really busy. And that's exactly how universe wants it, how God wants you to do it. Now, there's some of you that are scared, or not scared. There's some of you that are scared to let those things go. It's okay. I can feel like you're fearful to let it go because it's not a burden on other people for you to let those things go or for you to unburden yourself, even to talk to God, to universe in meditation. Even if your meditation is just like, I can't even fucking anymore. Help me out here. That's enough. You let it go and you be really honest in your intention of desahogándote, like draining yourself of that ugly energy for those of you that are on that side that you're fearful to let go, okay? Now, this card is not necessarily a truth, but it is your fear and your hope. So for those of us that are in a higher vibration, we're super excited to let stuff go all the time, just letting things go, letting us transmute that energy, and others are scared to let this go and move on. Like I used to think if I forgave somebody, a certain somebody for what they did, because I forgave them and moved on, it's like if it never happened. Like, oh, I value myself so much that I'm going to be angry forever. No, I finally understood. I forgave for me, not for them. Okay. Final card, 10 of Wands. That is making the decision. So in this picture, we have this young lady. She's got her, looks like her ox, packed up with all her stuff. She's holding a bag. Literally looks like she's moving. She either came down from that mountain and is heading into another direction, or moving past this mountain. Past this mountain. So the problem that's in front of you can be shifted. You'll be redirected with the choice that you make. And when you go in that new direction, and this card came out last time too for a lot of the collective, it's a journey of just you. It's your journey by yourself. It's not up to you to like bring your whole family with you on your ascension journey. That's just not going to happen. Like I would love if my children were like joining me in my love of ascension and all that stuff, but they're not there. And I'm not going to force them. And that's their journey. My journey is mine alone. This is what I see for all of us, the collective 10 of Wands. We're moving past the thing that we finally have mastered. We're ready to move past this, get into a new reality, a new timeline. For some of us, it can be a bittersweet move. It's a sad, but it's a happy thing, right? Okay, so let's ask about this obstacle. Ooh, yeah, the star. This one popped out. The first card that popped out when we ask about the obstacle. The obstacle is, it's not just there to be an obstacle, to be a bump in the road. It's here to teach us something. So the question would be, what is this obstacle trying to teach us, right? And what does this obstacle bring? The first card that flew out was the star card. What does it bring? It brings answered prayer. This obstacle brings answered prayer. Prayer, sometimes it's awesome, it's magic, and it's poof. And sometimes it's hard work and hard choices. So that obstacle is there to bring in answered prayer and a deeper connection to God or to universe. We've got the Magician. We've got you manifesting your prayers. And we've got the Four of Cups. This is you. The obstacle is that you may not even be aware that this obstacle right here is the trigger or is the test that you need to work on. It's the healing. So you're manifesting, you're calling in what you deeply desire, and it's going to require a move. It's going to require action on your part. Four of Cups right there shows her, look, she's not even focused on the fact that the universe is pouring into her bowl, fulfilling her, filling her up. With what? Filling you up with your magic, with your own sense of ability. Like for those of you who are asking about job, career, I see you like mastering skill, doing really well, doing great at interview, moving ahead, mastering those things. And you just are like, well, yeah, but I just go to work and I do my job. Yeah, but you do it really awesome. You do it so awesome that everybody thinks you're badass. So think more highly of yourself. You know what? Yeah. Make sure that you are constantly talking yourself up all day. Most of us will go in the mirror and be like, fuck, look at this shit. Like I'm wrinkles, I'm this, I'm fat, I'm that. Real fast, bien rápido, that we'll talk shit about ourselves. But how many times do we go in the mirror and we'll be like, oh my God, my hair is super cute today. Like I'm looking good, or I'm feeling great, or I could feel my aura being so beautiful. Like you should be talking, we should be talking ourselves up every single day. Yeah. Yeah. Self-praise. Okay. 6 of Wands as the overall theme of the reading, which is victory. Let's see. Give me 3 cards for the 6 of Wands. We've got the Chariot. We've got that shift, the 9 of Swords, and the Hierophant. Okay. The victory. The story that the cards say, right? The first one, the Chariot coming in. We've got the splitting of the timeline right there. The black horse and the white horse. It's duality. You literally have a decision, choices to make. Universe gives you free will. 2 of Cups, you make your choice. Y ahí vas. Moving forward, moving fast, moving towards your manifestation. We've got the 9 of Swords. You could be in a place of second guessing yourself, but I see it moving fast. I see it moving forward so fast that you really don't even have time to think too much about that. You just have to do it scared, do it worried, like, oh, well, fuck it. You're moving forward. Then you've got the Hierophant right here. You're ascending. Look at that. Literally the stairs. You're ascending. The victory is that as you make these steps forward, as you make hard choices, as you let things go that don't need to be in your life anymore, you take another baby step up, a baby step up, a baby step up. And if you keep making these little tiny baby step up, soon you're going to be able to turn around and see like, wow, dude, I've come a long way. And you'll be so proud of yourself. And you'll be saying like, I'm not even the same person I used to be. I don't even think the same way I used to think. That's awesome. So that's the overall theme, right? Where you're at right now, where most of us are, we're in the 5 of Wands. We're in that headspace where we're like, hey, we're worried, we're fearful, we're thinking a lot on 3D. How is this going to affect my paycheck? Am I going to be able to pay my bills? Does this make sense? What's the logistics of things, right? We've got the Ace of Cups. We've got the Page of Pentacles. And we've got the 4 of Wands. In this mental space where you're at, I see you knowing where you want to be. I see your final destination in your mind's eye. And you're at a place right now where you're kind of scrambling to find the map on how to get there. But there is no map. The idea is to have fun along the way, to have the journey. The whole purpose is the journey, right? Like one time I took a trip, my very first time to Fredericksburg. I live in Texas. The very first time I drove to Fredericksburg, I didn't know I was going there. I just decided like, you know what, we're going to get in the car and we're going to just drive wherever. And we were driving around maybe for 2 or 3 hours. And then we stumbled on Fredericksburg. And the journey there was so fun. It was so beautiful. We were taking a lot of pictures. And then we ended up a place that we didn't plan on. And when we got there, it was like a relief. It was just like the perfect place. Like God sent us somewhere that we would have never even have asked to go. And so if we're in our head and we're trying to ask for, like, I want it to go like this, and then second step, I want it to be like this, and then third step, I want it to be like this, we're kind of stuck up there. Sometimes what you just got to do is, like I said, you release it to universe and that's it. Are you going to be specific about your manifestation wants? Yes. But are you going to stay stuck in your head, constantly mulling it over, second guessing what you're asking for? No. I see you moving into the journey part and having a blast. That's me too. I mean, this is for the collective, right? Enjoy the journey. You're just starting. Okay. 2 of Cups for the up ahead in the near future. I see this. Nope. I see this energy in balance, fulfilling. The Hangman is the very first card. A little bit of a stall. Second card, 3 of Cups. And funny, it came up in reverse. It didn't come up right side up. 3 of Cups in reverse. So we have the Hangman, and then you socializing, you being around a lot of other people, a lot of other energies. I see it in reverse. So I see that being slowed down. And then the Queen of Wands. So up here coming up for you, us in the near future. I see us putting a pause on being everything to everybody, and then only focusing on what benefits us for right now, immediate. Focusing on our desires, what we're working on. Why? Because universe is working on us. As we're moving forward, right, the Chariot, and we're doing it scared, we're doing it worried, we're making the choices to move forward, and we're ascending, right? Like it becomes the Lisa show. It becomes the you show, right? When you're focusing on you. Like, let's just say, pretend you had a whole day at the spa. Like, first I'm going to go get my hair done, and then I'm going to get my nails done, then I'm going to get my toes done. Like, you have steps that everything is just working on you. All day long would be about you. Example, right? In this instance, that as you're making choices for yourself and universe, you're ascending, right? You're moving up. We have you here in the center, almost like you're coming out of like this seed pod. That looks awesome. Like she almost looks like she is the ground. She's part of the earth. This looks almost like I know it's space, but it looks almost like a huge root. And she's making these choices, and as she's rooting and she's making decisions for herself, she's isolating herself in that picture. We're isolating ourselves from things that take us away from our own ascension pathway and our growth. As we separate ourselves from people, as we focus a lot more on us, we start to skyrocket. And as we're moving up in levels, right? I see universe sending you people who are going to balance out that energy. There's always going to be an exchange. You're going to meet people on those splits in the road as you're making choices and it's splitting. Now, you hear me talking about ascension. You hear me talking about like your growth. Like, how does that translate if I'm asking about a boyfriend, right? You're making choices about self-love, which translate to your self-worth, which is going to translate to how you pick and choose whose energy is going to be allowed with you. You may be isolating yourself from the puro party lifestyle that you've had before. And all of a sudden you're focused on, you know what? Like, I can't do this anymore. The choices that I used to make have brought me to exactly where I'm at right now. And where you're at right now might be that you're asking, where's my husband? Where's my wife? Where's my partner? Where's my etc.? because you recognize that old energy is not going to get you anything new. There has to be something new. And the way I see that something new coming in is universe separating us into more of an isolation, which I love isolation. Thank you. Yes, universe, more. I used to hate being by myself. I used to hate it. And as I've gotten older, I just like silence. I love it. It's the best. Okay. Supportive energies. We've got the Knight of Swords. You moving forward, all of us moving forward, doing it scared, but determined. And not so much scared. There's just that little adrenaline that, oh my God, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Like excited, but that little trickle of fear. We've got the Queen of Swords in mastery, owning up to her choices, making sure she's aware of when she needs to cut off the ego. As soon as you feel the ego come up, right? Something that's very self-serving, you're ready to cut that off. You're ready to make sure, like, does this serve my purpose or hold me back? Right? Is this something that my future self who is successful and victorious would be doing? If yes, continue. If not, no. We've got Knight of Cups right next to the Knight of Swords. So we've got this forward motion moving towards the thing that you really desire, but knowing, is this within my boundaries? Because if not, don't even waste your time. And then the last card is the Moon card, and she came out in reverse. So sometimes the thing that we absolutely desire comes in a way, shape, or form that we never could have imagined. It would literally be something we would have never even asked for, right? It could feel foreign. And I know, like, I'm in a partnership where I would have never in a million years asked for what I have right now. And yet I'm in so much gratitude and in so much love because it's exactly what I needed. I wanted something and universe gave me something better. The Moon card in reverse is going to be that, something coming in better than you expected, but along the lines of what you want. And the Moon in reverse is also that if you've been doing your shadow work, if you've been going through your triggers and like, why am I triggered by this? And not being offended by your own trigger, like, oh my God, I'm going to like bury this deep down, like really facing it. Why am I triggered? If you've been doing those, if you've been doing your shadow work, if you've been identifying these things, I see you like working through the dark spaces of your mind, working through your fears, working through your doubts, right? Some self-hate. I see you working through that and enjoying the journey. Thank you, universe. Just brought it all together. Excuse me. So awesome energy. Okay. Environment that we're in, judgment. Remember, we've got the spirit rising, right? We're all about ascension here. Some tarot card readers are going to be reading about your boyfriend and all that stuff and your money, and that's awesome too, right? But my readings go very deep. I always tap deep, deep, deep into universe. I mean, these are my favorite kind of readings. I absolutely love doing these. I can feel when spirit's talking. I can feel the energy, like right here, this energy of the environment that we're in is freedom, is release. It literally feels like if you've been holding your breath forever, you finally took you got to gasp, you got to take a deep breath in. That's the beauty. When you finally make a choice, you get to take that deep breath, like, fuck, I already did it. Right? Like, let's say you've been trying to break up with somebody and you've just been like, oh man, dude, I don't want to do this. And then finally you're like, it's got to end. Or, you've been wanting to move on from a certain job and you finally put your 2 weeks notice in and you feel that breath of relief, like, I did it scared, but I did it. That's the environment we're in. Okay. First card is the 9 of Wands. Yeah, because we're freaking exhausted. We have been standing guard to our own hopes and dreams for so long that we forgot to turn around and work on them. We're just like protecting the things that we want. Well, yeah, you can protect your stuff all you want, but you got to work on it. You know, you got to work on those things. And the universe is pushing us to go work on it. Yeah, Justice card. Look, you see that little, the 2 bowls in balance again, just like what's coming up ahead for us in the near future. We've got balance, and it rests on this sword. So balance comes because we let go of something. If there's something too heavy, it's got to be poured out. If we've got 2 bowls being teetered on this sword and we need to have them perfectly balanced, if one is too heavy, we're gonna pour out some of that so that they're in perfect balance. That's what universe is doing for all of us. And then temperance, transformation, change. We're going from, like, as a collective, we're going from asleep to awake. And some people are going to be scared, right, of some of the things that they realize, see, and start to understand. Others will be very excited. In the question of us in particular, or you in particular, that you're watching this, I see that you're going to shift you're going to notice the change from your old self to your new self. And your new self feels better, feels more like the genuine you. And you're going to be like, man, why didn't I do this sooner? It's because you weren't ready. And you're finally, like, at a time, such a time as this, right? You're at a place and a time where it's time for your shift of energy. Okay. And then we're going to ask the last card, 10 of Wands. Moving forward, we packed up, we made our choice. We're moving into the direction of our choice. We got the 3 of Wands, determination, courage. Looking out, I see us looking out into the future, waiting for the answer. 10 of Swords is next to that. It can feel very scary that you're looking for the answer. You're looking for, how's it going to go? Even tapping into tarot, is this going to be great? Am I going to be successful? Is it going to be perfect? I want to know before I make a choice, right? And then we have Page of Cups right next to that. I see universe saying, like, once you make your choice, guys, that you're moving into a certain direction, and you say, I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, whatever that is. I'm going to let go of these old patterns. I'm going to let go of these people who may be weighing me down, or we're not in my right vibration. I'm going to do that thing that I'm excited to do, but it's going to take my time and my energy away from these other people, or, places or things. And it's because universe is getting them out of your frequency. It's easy to go up in your head into fear, but Page of Cups, if you let yourself be, you're going to be so involved in the journey and learning new things, and you're being remolded, that you don't have to stay stuck in fear or worry. Just enjoy it. I'm having visions right now of when I was a kid. We had swimming lessons, and it was called Gus and Goldie. It was so cute. And we would go to this big public pool, and we would do our swimming lesson, and there was a huge slide and a diving boards, and there was a couple different levels. And I remember being so scared of the diving board. and thinking that the entire time they were training us to swim so that we can do diving board. I don't know why I thought that, but I would be so scared every day that we were at swimming practice because I kept eyeing the diving boards like if they were going to make us do it. And I was too caught up in worrying about that I wasn't having as much fun as like my sisters. They were having a great time swimming and learning all kinds of things that I was always living in that little paranoia, my baby self, right? What I'm seeing here, us making a choice, like I'm moving forward to do this. I'm going to move towards my manifestation. Let's say your manifestation is that you want to be a business owner. Okay, you're going to move towards that. You're going to go, you already know what you got to do. I'm going to make a business plan. I'm going to see how much money do I need to start? Where can I get a loan? All that, etc. Right? Instead of being so stuck in, can I do it? Will I ever get the money? Do I have credit? Blah, blah, blah. Universe is showing me. I'm going to keep you rolling, almost like I see a rolling stone. A rolling stone gathers no moss. So I see the stone rolling, and it's like, as you're moving, I'm evolving you, and you're not even going to have time to worry about that. And I see you moving and moving and moving forward. With each choice that we're making, remember I was saying timelines are split. With each choice that we're making choices to move up a level. Okay? Be conscious of that and go easy on yourself, because it's no fun when we're in the middle of a trigger or we're in the middle of a little baby meltdown and then we really realize like, oh shit, I failed this one because I did a little freak out, or I'm out in my head with worry, which I get it. A lot of us are up in our head with worry. Enjoy the journey. It is what it is, right? What can you do? It is what it is. Whoop. Okay, Oracle card, like 4 of them came out, so I'm going to reshuffle. So final card, I'm going to pull out an Oracle card for us. This is the Moonology Oracle card. I really like these Oracle cards. They're just short and sweet and simple, and they vibe with the moon cycles, and I just take it as advice at the very end. So advice for the collective universe. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Blue moon is when there's 2 full moons in 1 moon. In one 2 full moons in 1 month. It's called a blue moon, the second one. So it's a rare occurrence. And it says believe in the impossible. So right now we're at a place where universe is asking us to make choices, right? Asking us to be the magician, which is the master manifester. Like, I think he's like one of the most badass cards of all tarot cards. He's literally hidden inside of our obstacle. Our magic is unlocked inside of our obstacle. So when we get through that and past that, we grow and we unleash more of our natural magician, more of our ability to manifest what we want. This one flew out. It says your commitment is being tested. That's universe calling us out. Okay. Do you really want this? Because don't be bothering me if you don't really want this. Because if you don't really want this, then you're saying I'm okay where I'm at, and that's a choice. But if you're trying to manifest something new, I want this house, I want to buy this house, or I want to build this house, you can't just wait for the house to just magically be built. You got to start moving, calling, making calls, all kinds of things. I used to joke around with a friend of mine who, she would never go out. I'd be like, let's go out, hang out, go to the barn, go whatever. She was like, I want to meet a boyfriend. And I would be like, dude, unless you're going to marry the UPS guy, then you're never going to find anybody, because she would never leave her house. I'm like, you have to help yourself too. You know, your commitment is being tested. How much do you want this? How much do you have to step out of your own way, right? Get out of your comfort zone to move forward. And then the final card. And I know I've talked like a whole bunch. Hopefully you're stuck around. You stuck around and listen with me. Your last card. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So we have a new moon coming up. We've got this huge planetary alignment where our universe is telling us, okay, we've got all these planets in alignment and you have choices. The first card that popped up, that is the Seven of Cups. We've got 6 planets coming up in alignment and then like a 7th one joining on later. If I'm not mistaken, and if I am, I'm sorry. But we've got this alignment of a 7, and then we've got new moon in Cancer, right? Cancer season is around month 7, July. So we could be seeing some fruit, some visible, viable results or evidence of the choices that we're making now. So be conscious of that. It says you and your loved ones are safe. So be sure of your choices. And when I say that, I don't mean to worry you. I'm saying, like, if you made the choice and you feel like you're in alignment with your higher self, like this is going to get you to where you need to be, don't doubt yourself. Be like, you know what? I'm pretty fucking smart. Like, I make good choices, and be confident in your choices. And I feel like it's going to go well for not just you, but for me too. Well, I'm so very grateful that you stayed around. If you did, this is a long video. Usually when you get tarot card readings with me, we are sitting here for about an hour. We chit chat back and forth. I am available for private readings. If you are interested, you can message me and I'll get together with you about the logistics of that and the pricing. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And if this resonated, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Love you.